Hi everybody, how y'all doing tonight? This is Ladybug, and I am doing pretty good. Right now it is 7:53 in the evening, and it looks like we got some light rain going on. So it's okay, I guess. What we're gonna do is we're gonna work on this angel again. So hang in there for a second. Let me get kind of organized here. Let me get this plastic sheet up and out of the way. Yeah, right there. Like so. Let's see, get my pen. Okay. Anyhow, we're working on the angel again. And I just thought we'd work on this for tonight. Yeah, I kind of took a hiatus here and did some hand stitching on my quilt, the last day or so. And so this is the first time I've actually gotten back to doing I'm trying to get you in position here. It's kind of hard to do. My grandson is supposed to put my chair together tonight. When he gets back, he had to go do something. So hopefully he does, because my back would be definitely appreciated, you know. And but there hasn't really been a lot going on. I wasn't feeling well yesterday at all. I don't know, I probably ate something, just didn't sit well with me, so. All right, Nova, get over there and lay down. And Nova's sitting here staring at me. Like I'm supposed to be talking to her instead of y'all. But anyway, so I just was kind of lazing around and not doing a whole lot of anything, if you know what I mean. And so. Yeah, I've got my computer on. I've got it on pause because there's a story I'm listening to. And I didn't want to lose the story, so I figured, well, I'll just put this puppy on pause for now. Actually, I could probably go one even better. Let's see if I can get over there to it. Let's go to that one, because I can always go back to the history, Anyhow, let's see. Let's go over here. And we'll put a little bit of music on. How about that? I was listening to one earlier, and oh, it was so pretty. I really enjoyed it.
Drop your kitchen scraps in here instead of here, and you'll never...
Sorry about that. Let's see. All right, let's get that. A little bit louder. No, that's too loud. All right, we'll leave it right there. And this is one I was listening to earlier. It's like 12 hours of music, so. Yeah, I'm drinking some ginger ale. Yeah, plus I was busy working on my grocery list for Walmart. getting that set up. Yeah, I usually, as the month goes by, I add stuff to my list as I go, and then once I do that, then man, that looks pretty good. And then when my check comes in, that's when I order my groceries. So yeah. Yeah, I try to straighten these as I go, but I didn't this last time, so we're going to do it right now. Yeah. Sometimes they lay down pretty straight, and then other times they don't. So, yeah, I just try to keep them pretty much straight if I can. But yeah, sometimes they lay straight, sometimes they don't. It all depends, on the day. Let's put it that way. Alrighty. Yeah, I got a little bit done on my quilt. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I'll go back and do some more. Work a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm a slow goer, I do things slowly. What can I say? And, all right, what's the issue? There we go. Don't start that barking. Don't you even start it. So you put your head down and go to sleep. See, every time I start a video, she thinks she has to bark. Yeah, she got to get her 2 cents worth in there, I reckon. I'm going to move this thing over just a bit. Okay. There we go. That way you can see what I'm doing. But yeah, what you ought to do is grab your own project and work on that while I work on this. That way all you have to do is basically just listen rather than watch, Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at laying the squares, more so than I used to be. Yeah. Well, I ended up having to call in and get a refund on that lion diamond painting. Because I don't know if I told you or not, I don't remember. They sent me the drills, but they sent me the wrong ones. So I contacted them and asked them to send me the drills that go with it, but they couldn't do that. So they just issued a refund. And I said, oh, well. So I went back into Temu and get out of here. And found the same painting. And so what I did is I ordered a 50 by 50 this time instead of a 40 by 40, with the hopes that this next time they'll give me the correct drills, or at least I hope so anyway. Yeah, I think that's it on that one. Okay, I don't see more G's. R's, so let's put these away. And we'll go after what? The F's, maybe? Or the G's? Well, let's go after the G's. There's a lot of those. And so anyway, so I found the exact same painting, just a larger size. And hopefully this second time around, I'll get the right drills. Because it's a really pretty painting. It reminds you of that Trinity of Peace in a way. And I really liked it, so I decided to get it. And so let's hopefully this time around I'll get the correct drills. Because I looked at the possibility of purchasing the drills for the 40 by 40, and it would cost me more to buy the drills individually, basically individual colors, than it would be to buy a whole new painting. So that's what I decided to do. Because yeah, I looked into it, and that's just a little bit much, so anyhow, because there's there's some of the drills I've already got, but there's some that I don't have, and they never have a lot of them, and those are the ones I don't have, and it would cost me, like for I think it was for 1,000 beads or 1,000 diamonds. We're looking at about $4.99 for each color. And that painting has 16 colors in it. And the one color that I do have a lot of is a 310. Okay. So I would be paying like, say, $5 for each color. And no. I don't think so. Yeah, because the cheapest I was able to find, and I think it was 1,500. Was it 1,500, 2,000, something like that, in each package for the drills, and it was the cheapest. I think it was $4.99. So I said, well, let's scratch that idea. We gotta keep this on a budget. So I went ahead and I put the same painting, just larger size, in my cart. And I will be ordering that sometime, probably tonight. Yeah. Got that one covered. But yeah, this one here, that the colors on the canvas, on the actual background or whatever, is a lot lighter than the colors of the drills. So this painting is actually going to come out a little darker than what's actually on the canvas, if that makes any sense. And because on the canvas it looks like real pale pastel colors, whereas here that it's a lot darker. So that works out fine for me. Number 12. And I got this one tray. I ought to try it and see. Hang on a second, just real quick here. I'll look at this other tray. Hold on. Yeah. It's hard to get out of this chair. I got this tray a couple of months ago, and I've never used it. I've opened it, looked at it, and put it in, closed it and left it alone. Anyhow, it is one of these. There. So I'm going to give it a try because it's got the, I don't know if you can see it or not, but anyway, it's got the grooves for the squares. So we're going to give it a try and see what happens. How about that? Just, why not? Sitting there thinking about it, why not? So let's put that over there. Well, that's kind of cool. Look at that. It lays in the squares. Can you see that? See how it's laying? See, this has got the long ones, the straight up and down, and then this got the squares. That's pretty nifty. Now let's see how well it does. Let's put it that way. Let's see, I did number 12. Well, seems to be working. Oh, come on. Well, the one thing you do have to have is more wax. Yeah. That's kind of a pretty cool idea. I never tried it this way with the squares. I tried it with tried a tray similar to this with the rounds, and I didn't like it. But this works good for squares. Yeah. Well, get over there. I like that. That kind of works out pretty good. Now, I don't know how it's going to do with trying to empty it, but we're going to find out here in just a second. Yeah. Okay. Take this off of here. Put this on here. Right? I think. Somehow or another. I know it fits on there. There we go. There. And then, oh, okay. All right, that'll work. Like so. Come on. Okay. Spillage. There. All right. I guess that'll work. All right. Let's see. What number? Number 2. Number 2. delay. All right. Well, that works out pretty good. The only thing I find wrong with it, and would be a good idea, would be to put a plug like right there on this end, kind of like that, but where it doesn't go out, and that way you don't lose any of your drills as you're shaking it around trying to get it to lay flat. Mm-hmm. That looks pretty good. What I like about the tray is that it's white, and so you can see the drills pretty easy. Yeah, like so. Yeah. Alrighty. Come on out of there. Got one that does not want to come out. Alrighty. Let's see if I can get it out of there. See, it's stuck in there. Not a problem. If I can find my tweezers, will be going good. There they are. Pop that right on out of there. Come here. There. All right. Here. All right. It works okay. But again, it's trial and error kind of thing. So, and it works all right. Get in there. There, put that over there. Go back to good old faithful here. Yeah. I'm thirsty tonight. Number 1. But as you can see, it's come along. Yeah, I watched Miss Southern Belle this morning. She was out shopping at Target today and was finding all kinds of good stuff. Yeah. There we go. Got that one done. Yeah. There we go. Do we have any worms? No, we do not. Nope, I take that back. There's one, number 1, right there. That's the only one I see. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's put these back in its container. Yeah, what I do is I take and I move my my release paper as I go. Okay, I'll put a little bit here. I'll move it out a little bit and get that done, and move a little bit more. That way, it's not. Come on. It's not completely uncovered. Okay. What number do we want? Push that over. There we go. Let's see. How about A? Number 9. Oh, that pretty nice, pretty yellow. How about that? Mm-hmm. Get over there. And so, but like I said, this is a really easy painting because it does have a lot of color blocking, which is fine. I don't mind color blocking. Now, when it comes to a 100% confetti, boy, that drives me nuts. I don't like confetti and cross stitch either. It's monotonous. You know. Mm. And a pretty bright sunshine type yellow. Really bright. Mm. But yeah, I was watching Miss Southern Belle, like I said, and she was in Target shopping away, and so. Mm. And and then I spent some time researching about trying to find those drills, like I said. I hate to waste a perfectly good diamond painting just because the drills aren't right. You know what I mean? And so anyway, and I got a few extras, but I don't think I've got enough to cover a whole painting, you know? And so, oh well, I tried. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to move around a lot on this chair that I'm using because if I don't, my legs and hips start hurting. So, so if I'm squirreling around a little bit, that's why. Yeah, I was up this morning, put all the dishes away and emptied the dish strainer. Then I made my daughter and myself and my grandson, my son-in-law some breakfast this morning. I was feeling pretty good, so I went ahead and made some. And I made sausage, egg, and cheese muffins. Not muffins. English muffins. for breakfast this morning. So I had one of those and a nice cup of tea. I had a orange spice tea this morning, which was good. Yeah, I drink coffee on occasion, but I don't do it every day because for some reason the coffee bothers my stomach a little bit, and so I have to I'll have a cup of coffee maybe twice, 3 times a week, and that's it. And then the rest of the time I drink tea. Yeah, I was watching an episode of what's the name of that show? I can't remember. Can you believe that? Anyway, it's about where they hunt the alligators. Oh, excuse me. And I was watching that early this morning, and I got the hiccups all of a sudden. And anyway, I watched that for a little while, and then I watched some of my stitching programs. I watched Ava and Stitching in the Interleg. And then I watched another lady, cannot remember her name. But anyway, it's Stitching by the Falls. She was she started working on the European town. All right. And I think she's going to be doing that on a kind of like once or twice a week. I'm not sure. Anyhow, and so I watched her for a little while. And then I watched Miss Southern Belle. And then I watched Stitching with Laura. Who else did I watch this morning? I watched a whole bunch of different ones. A lot of times I'll take and I'll get on a certain channel, and it'll say watch all, and I'll click on that, and it'll just go through all of their videos. A lot of times I do that. All right, I think I got all the A's. Looks like it. Okay, yep. Okay. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do the 7s next. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like listening to music as I'm working. Yeah, 7s are kind of almost like a peachy color. Yeah. All right. Yeah. They're kind of like a peachy orange color. Yeah. Anyhow, so There. So what I do is I just, during the day when I don't got anything to do and everybody's in bed asleep, I sit and diamond paint where it's quiet. Because everybody in this house works, my daughter works second, so she gets home about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And then my grandson, he works third. And so we have to keep the house pretty quiet. And so anytime I do anything, that's kind of noisy, I have to do late at night, when they're at work. That way, my moving around and the noise doesn't wake them up. So, yeah, I think we're running out of 7s. Yeah, looks like it. Over there. Anyhow, but I don't have a whole lot to talk about for some reason. So I do know I'll be glad when I get that new chair put together and in here and sitting on it. Yeah. If I could put it together myself, I would have. Unfortunately, I can't do that. There we go. I'm going to pull them down a little bit. There. And so yeah, they say we're supposed to possibly get snow flurries on around Sunday. Now, how true that is, I don't know. Hopefully it's, it just passes us right on by, but, you never know. All right, I think I got them all. Yeah, I think so. All right, they're all done. Got all those. So, what's the next color? One got away. Let's see. What do we got? How about X's? Number 18. That's like a lavender color. Get some more wax. Okay. Okay. Are you able to see where I'm working? Yeah, kind of. Because what I'm working on right in here now. So, and these are like a light lavender color almost. Hmm. The one thing I do like about the 30 by 40s is it doesn't take them long to complete them. Come on. And so that's the one thing I do like about the 30 by 40s. Yeah. They're small enough to where you can get them pretty well completed pretty quickly. You know. And so I enjoy diamond painting. Very relaxing. Yeah. Another thing I like to do is this good anxiety type therapy, and that's coloring. Taking and just coloring in a coloring book. I like to do that too. But I do a little bit of everything, you know. Um, I used to crochet a lot, but I burned myself out on that when I had the cataracts and was going blind. I crocheted just to keep my hands busy. And even though I couldn't see it, I could do it by feel. And then I would have my daughter help me pick out colors that would go with whatever I was working on. And so I would crochet Afghans, right? And and then I did some knitting after I got my eyesight back. Did a little bit of knitting, but I just decided one day I wanted to do um, some diamond painting, you know, which I couldn't do before because I couldn't see it. And so anyway, so when I got my eyesight back, I went to I think it was Paint Some Way, I think, and ordered myself a couple of diamond paintings, and I was hooked from that time on. So what can I say? You know, because yeah, I went about 18 months and couldn't see, and the reason I went so long uh, without the surgery is because at the time that I was losing my sight. I didn't have Medicare yet. And so I had to wait because I retired at 63. And um, and then I started losing my eyesight not long after that. And so I had to wait until I could get Medicare. And once I got the Medicare and with the money I had saved back, I was able to get the surgery done. But I was basically I wasn't completely totally blind. I could see lights and shadows. Okay, I could see lights and darks, but I couldn't, that's all I could see. I couldn't see any shapes or anything like that. And so I was literally functioning blind, basically. And I tell you what, you go through that a couple of once, and you will appreciate your eyesight considerably, especially if you do things like I do. Everything I do requires eyesight. You're using your hands and your eyes, and so when the eyesight went, I was floundering pretty badly, to say the least. You know, and but I did learn to function. I would take and if I was going to pour a cup of hot tea, I would set the teapot on the lip of the cup, and then I'd stick my finger in the cup and pour it until I could just feel the heat on the end of my finger. And that's how I used to pour my own cup of tea. Okay, let's see. Let me go. What do we got? Let's do the teas. And 23. And so I went like that for about 18 months. Something like that. And that's why I stopped driving. I didn't have to drive anymore because of it. And so, like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do in order to make, to live your life, And sometimes it's not so easy. But I ended up finally getting my surgery done, and I could see immediately. I mean, it was awesome, And then about 2 or 3 weeks after I had my surgery done, I told my daughter I wanted to order a diamond painting, something easy and simple. And and that's what I did. And the very first diamond painting that I ever got and completed, I'll have to show it to you one day. And but I enjoyed it, and I said, "Oh, I liked it. That was fun. Now let's do another one." And another one, and another one after that, and I just kept going. I was hooked, shall we say. But so that is my experience with diamond painting. And that was, let's see, 65, almost 66 when I had the surgery done. And I am 69 now, so that's what, like 3.5 years ago. I've been diamond painting. So, yeah, I tell you what, I appreciate my eyesight, believe me. Not being able to see, that is not a good thing. Yeah, my eyesight was so bad that I would ride in the truck with my daughter. And if we were driving, like, say, down interstate, and a truck or something would come up beside you, and you can't see it coming, and all of a sudden, boom, it's there, and you can hear it, just about scare you right out of your seat. That happened a couple of times, you know. And the problem is you depend on your eyesight so much that your other senses aren't being used as much, you know. But I learned to start using my other senses, my hearing and that kind of stuff, um, a lot more as I lost my eyesight. Mm. Mm. All right, pick on up here. But anyhow, looks pretty good. Yeah. Ooh, it's only already been 50 minutes. All righty, well, let's kind of wrap this up a little bit. And then, so I can get this uploaded. I don't want to go over an hour because it takes too long to upload it on YouTube. So I try to keep my videos to about an hour. Yeah. Mm. Anyhow, we got a little bit done today. Not much, but a little bit. That's where that works for me. I'll keep working on this even after I end the video. I'll keep working on it for a while. You know. Besides, I gotta go fix something for dinner. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna make a hamburger, one of them frozen hamburgers, and maybe some French fries for dinner tonight. Because I'm not in the mood for anything else right now. Alrighty. Come on now, pick up. There we go. Alrighty. Well, I think we're going to call it quits. I'm going to keep going, but I'm going to bring this to a close for now. I'm going to wish you all a very happy evening. And it's 8:47 right now. And so y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all tomorrow sometime. So take care. God bless. Bye-bye.